You ever stop to think that there might be a hidden switch that basically controls the entire global economy? A single point of failure that powers, well, everything, from the gas in your car to the phone in your hand.
Well, the scary part is, it's a lot easier to flip than you might think. And if someone, anyone, decides to flip it, the consequences are immediate and they are catastrophic. Just imagine it happens tomorrow. What does that even look like? First thing, the global supply chain. That incredibly complex, almost invisible network that moves everything everywhere, it would just grind to a dead halt. I mean, within days, store shelves would start to go bare, factories would fall silent. Okay, next up, financial markets. They can smell chaos a mile away, and they would go into an absolute freefall. All those numbers on the screen would just turn blood red as trillions, and I mean trillions of dollars in value just evaporate in an instant. And finally, as those economic shockwaves ripple across the planet, governments start to scramble. Alliances get tested, tensions flare, and the world suddenly teeters on the very brink of conflict. And look, this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. It's a reality that's literally built into the design of our modern world. So what is this economic kill switch? It's not some button in a secret bunker. It's the power to strategically control, and more importantly, disrupt, our planet's maritime trade routes. We tend to think of these as just simple shipping lanes, right? But they are the very arteries of global commerce. When one gets clogged, it's not just an inconvenience that delays your Amazon package. No, it's a direct assault on a nation's ability to function, to trade, and even to defend itself. But why? Why is controlling the sea so uniquely powerful? The answer really lies in this one single strategic theory that has been shaping the course of history for centuries. The concept is called sea power, and the core idea is that a nation's wealth and its security are directly, inextricably tied to its ability to control the oceans. Now, this isn't just about having a big navy, it's about having the power to protect your own trade while, crucially, being able to cut off an enemy's. This idea was really hammered home by a historian named Alfred Thayer Mahan. He basically argued that the flow of goods across the oceans is what fuels national power. So the ability to secure that flow, or deny it to someone else, is one of the most decisive weapons in any conflict. And this theory, it's not just academic. It has been proven true time and time again. I mean, from Napoleon trying to starve Britain's economy, to the Union's famous Anaconda Plan and the Civil War, to the massive naval blockades of both world wars, history shows us that economic warfare at sea can be just as devastating as any battle on land. Let's actually zoom in on a couple of really powerful examples of these economic sieges in action. Okay, so picture the American Civil War. The Union's strategy was simple, but it was brutal. The Confederacy's entire economy depended on one thing: exporting cotton to Europe to get money, and then using that money to import the weapons it needed to fight. The Union's Anaconda Plan was designed to literally wrap itself around the South and squeeze that economic lifeline completely shut. And the result of this blockade, it was absolutely devastating. It completely crippled the Southern economy, causing massive shortages of, well, everything, from bullets to bread. Civilian morale just collapsed. In the end, the Confederacy wasn't just defeated on the battlefield. It was slowly, methodically suffocated economically. All right, now let's jump forward about 50 years. You might think a huge, modern industrial power like Germany in World War I would be immune to this kind of thing. You would be wrong. The Allied naval blockade was a massive factor in Germany's defeat. It cut the nation off from vital imports like nitrates, which you need for explosives, and rubber for tires, but even more critically, it caused severe food shortages. This led to widespread malnutrition and massive social unrest back home, which absolutely contributed to its collapse from within. So history has shown us again and again the raw power of controlling the seas. And this brings us right back to today and to this handful of incredibly fragile choke points that our entire modern world depends on. You see, our globalized system, while it's amazingly efficient, it has this one critical flaw. All that efficiency has created a profound vulnerability. Today, almost everything we make and everything we buy funnels through just a handful of very narrow maritime passages. We're talking about places like the Strait of Hormuz, the world's oil artery, the Strait of Malacca, which is basically the superhighway that links Asia's factories to the rest of the world, and of course the Suez Canal and the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, the vital shortcuts between Asia and Europe. These aren't just lines on a map. They're the literal lifelines of our civilization. And the threats to these lifelines are more advanced than ever before. We're not just talking about old-school naval blockades anymore. Today, a country could use sea mines, long-range missiles fired from the shore, super-quiet submarines, or even cyber warfare to mess with navigation systems and bring global trade to a screeching halt. And the impact of shutting down just one of these choke points would be instantaneous. We'd see oil prices go through the roof, supply chains would shatter, and a ripple effect could easily plunge the entire world into a deep, painful recession. That kill switch we talked about, it would be flipped. So all of this, it all leads to one really inescapable conclusion about the world we live in right now. That quiet, predictable, peaceful flow of goods that stocks our stores and fuels our economies, it doesn't just happen by accident. It is not a law of nature. It's a fragile state of order, one that is actively maintained and protected every single day by naval power ensuring freedom of navigation. And that leaves us with a really critical question to think about. As geopolitical tensions keep rising all around the globe, just how safe are these economic arteries that we all take for granted? How secure, really, is that switch?